Hey there, it's Jared Hamilton with the Hamilton Group at Cherry Creek Mortgage. Welcome to another edition of Java with Jared. Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing fantastic and getting ready for a wonderful, hopefully wonderful Thanksgiving week next week. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. Well, interest rates finished the week better than where they ended last week. Last week, as I had mentioned, it was kind of a rough week. So we just see the seesaw and continue, and there's probably going to be just some volatility here, especially leading up to the Fed meeting, which I'll talk about here in a little bit, and then after that with what's going to happen with the potential passing or not passing of a new tax bill. So we're just going to see a bunch of volatility. Right now, last week we had broken beneath or through the 200-day moving average, which was a negative. We're now right back up against that 200-day moving average. So hopefully here next week we can break back through on the positive side, which would be good. But anything can happen here. We're just going to see a whole lot of volatility. In terms of economic data, we did see, first of all, the producer price index come in, and that measures inflation at the wholesale level. It's not looked at as closely by the Fed, but it's maybe a leading indicator potentially to what the CPI will do. But it did show an increase of 0.2%. The headline number came in at 2.8% from 2.6%, which is, well above that Fed's target 2% rate of inflation. So PPI was pretty strong. When you factor out food and energy, the core number, that was also up to 2.4% from 2.2%. The consumer price index came out the very next day, and that showed that the headline number was down slightly. It's showing at a level of 2% from 2.2, but the core rate was actually up. That went up 0.1%. From 1.7 to 1.8. So it does show, at least with both the CPI and the PPI, that there are some inflation pressures, which does give the Federal Reserve some positive economic data here if they want to increase interest rates. We did see retail sales up. We saw the National Association Home Builders Index up, and we did also see housing starts and building permits. Both of them were up actually fairly considerably. Multifamily was really leading the way, but both multifamily and single family were up. Single family was just not up as strong as multifamily. So next month, on December 13th, there's the Fed meeting. And right now, most market participants have priced in about a 90% chance that the Federal Reserve will actually increase credit. So it's expected, but there's going to be the three most important seats on the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, they'll all be leaving next year. Janet Yellen was replaced, and the vice chair will be leaving, and then also the New York Fed chair will also be leaving. So that would be maybe one reason that the Federal Reserve didn't do anything, because they don't want to set a tone for this new regime. But most still believe that the Federal Reserve will just continue to increase credit while they can, because that is what they have advertised that they want to do. We'll keep you informed. Again, this tax bill was passed through the House. Senate still has to pass their version, and then they got to come to some compromise. So that's no sure thing. So the market will also be watching that closely, and we'll keep you informed. If you have any questions, please let us know. Thanks for joining me with Java with Jared, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.